But yeah, this one gave me the creeps. This one really sent a shiver down my spine. So normally I act out the stories that teachers send me, but I'm not going to for this one for a lot of reasons, which you'll see why here in just a few. Huge trigger warning for this. It contains really scary themes like unaliving people and schmuriel schmiller behavior. Let me be clear, there is nothing funny about this story that was shared with me, but I do want you to understand the type of fear that some teachers are having to face in the classrooms. Now, do all teachers encounter something like this? No, of course not. Are things like this happening? Absolutely. Okay, again, this is really disturbing. So if you are not in the mood to be disturbed, I would not watch this. Okay, this teacher says, I was teaching high school science. I had a student who would compliment my fingernails each day. And she says, there's nothing special about my fingernails. I don't paint them or get manicures. They're just cut and filed down. She goes on to say, I chalk it up to him just being a weird kid. After a few weeks, the English teacher comes to me and shows me this kid's essay. It's a plan to me. He has my license plate number, the make and model of my car, what time I leave each day, where I park, etc. It's all well thought out. At the end of the essay, he writes that he'll keep my fingernails in his pocket and come back to school the day after me. So, her and this other teacher both head down to administration, give them all the information that they have and the essay. They hand over the essay that he wrote. Admin's response was that they couldn't do anything about it until he actually acted. Yep, they refused to even talk to the kid until he tried to schmurder me. I quit that year. Okay, so, okay. Yeah, that's a lot. I'm really glad this teacher left and protected their well-being and their life. You know, people in power at schools, if something like this were to happen, please don't wait until the happens to act on it. I feel like I shouldn't even be having to say that, right? So yeah, that's terrifying. And I'm really sorry that this teacher went through this. Absolutely horrifying. Absolutely horrifying. Thank you for allowing me to share your story. You were brave in taking that information to your admin. I'm sorry that they couldn't help you, chose not to help you. But yeah, this one gave me the creeps. This one really sent a shiver down my spine. So yeah. I don't really know what to say after that one, so just gonna. All right, so turn to page 68. Now turn one more. That's where we are. Okay, lowers or raises. So I'm not gonna draw it. We all know what a thermometer looks like, right? Organism. You got this. And please, while I'm talking, hold your spherical objects, okay? And she was a famous, she played the piano.
Hi, for Susie's farm-themed birthday party, would you rather the farm animals come in here, or should we host it somewhere else on campus? You could throw in some animal lessons to make it educational. So remember, as discussed at Back to School Night, which you were there, because of the amount of students we have, each child is allotted 15 minutes. You can send in a treat, you can join us on Zoom and we'll sing to them, but 15 minutes is all we have time for with the amount of students we have. The farm birthday party sounds so fun, but it's gonna have to be planned outside of school hours. Ridiculous. Hello, I'm here to pass these out. Whoa, what do we have here? So I just decided to take 6 of the girls to color me mine for Susie's birthday party instead, and their creations are done. So unless everyone was invited, you can't do this during school time. Their feelings get hurt, and I'm sure these will be broken in their backpacks by the time they get home. So how are they supposed to get them? So this is why they call it an issue and not an ish-me. So I'd like to request an amendment be made to my daughter's IEP. She needs to be able to bring her emotional support hamster to school each day. Yeah, that's gonna be a tough one to... I will not take no for an answer. She wants Hammy here, so make it happen. It's just that Miss Louder would be happy to look up some information to see how we can make this possible. I'll definitely look into it for you. Great. Hey, Miss Smith, so here's what I found. According to these codes, an animal has to be able to be trained to provide a service to the student, and it's really only dogs and mini horses that are able to be trained this way. So because a hamster isn't trainable, it can't be considered a service animal. Now, there are other things that we can do to provide her support, but I can't believe I'm saying this out loud. Bringing her hamster to school just isn't going to be feasible. What about for show and tell then? Can she bring him in for show and tell? Do you have a death wish for Hammy? Do you understand what happens to small animals that come to an elementary school? Have you ever watched a 6-year-old hold something in their hands? It's never the same afterwards. Never. And then put that green circle. Ow, Jimmy, you just took a chunk out of my tenderloin. We do not bite people here at school. Now go wash your mouth out. You probably have me stuck in your teeth. Hi, Mr. Smith. Thanks for coming in to pick up Jimmy today. What's this about? So I need you to fill out this incident report. We had a biting incident earlier. He actually got me pretty good. Well. Was he hungry? No, sir. He ate his whole lunch. The rage-filled growling led me to believe it wasn't motivated by hunger. Well, his baby sister bites when she gets hungry, so I'm sure that's the issue. Well, if cannibalism is his response to hunger, we may have a bigger issue here. Listen, lady, I don't understand what my son being able to do a cannonball has to do with this. Just make sure he eats his lunch. I'm sure it won't happen again. You got it. Well, I'm headed off to urgent care to get the back of my arm stapled shut. I'll bill you. Knock, knock. Good morning. It was. I totally forgot Susie's shoes today. Whoops. Do you think you could just make her some? Could I make her shoes? Like a medieval cobbler? Yeah, do you think you could just throw something together from in here for her feet? You're crafty. That's all you guys do all day anyway in here, right? Crafts. Oh, I actually left all my leather, hide, and metal shoemaking tools at home today. There is a Target right across the street. Okay, okay, that's fine. I'll just run to Target then. Great. Well, go over there, I guess. Can't have you stepping on a thumbtack. Can you tell me why my son came home crying today? I told Principal Cornfoot to be here for this, so she should be on her way. Great. So one of our other students brought in cupcakes today to celebrate her birthday, and because of your son's gluten allergy, I could not give him one, as per your request. You should have gone and bought him something to make up for it. Just leave 29 fifth graders unattended and head to Whole Foods real quick? Miss Smith, I've been asking you all year long to bring in just in case gluten-free treats to have on standby in here in case something like this happens. That way he doesn't feel left out. See? An absolute sorry excuse for a teacher. Doesn't even care about her students. I'm so sorry this happened, Miss Smith. I will be talking to Miss Louder about being kinder and communicating better. Thank you! Finally, someone being held accountable. Just chucking me under the bus, huh? Listen, our parents come first. You know this. You need to go out of your way to make Jimmy feel better. If Mom is so concerned about him getting an allergy-specific treat, it is her responsibility to provide one. I have tons of kids in here with different allergies, and unfortunately, my $26,000 a year salary doesn't allow me to provide snacks that cater to each one. I think we should take some time and return to this conversation once you've had a chance to calm down. So not only will I not be returning to this conversation, I won't be returning to this school either. This is a show. You're a foul woman. What in the hell
What is wrong with you? You think you can get away with spewing garbage in here at these kids? Well, think again. I've already called the cops and the local news. About what? Yeah. Don't act like you don't know. It's not an act, imbecile. I literally have no idea what you're talking about. You're in here talking about your tits. About my what? Your niblets, your lady bits, your teats. I'm at a loss, Miss Smith. I have never, nor will I ever, talk about my anatomy in this class. So then what's with the tit talk? The tit talk. Oh my gosh. Here. What is that? The letter I? Right. And what is that? The dot above the I? Exactly. Yesterday in class, your daughter asked what this little dot was called. Tittle. I beg your pardon? It's called a tittle. Oh. Well, why would you teach them that? You should have told them they'll learn it when they're older. Teaching first graders words like that. You should be ashamed of yourself. Sicko. Just wait until you hear the other word for chewing. Idiot. Thank you so much for coming in for this meeting today, Miss Smith. As you know, I love having Susie in my class, and I love how well she's been doing. Just get to the point. What is she doing now? Okay. Well, Susie has an amazing imagination. She is so smart. I do think it's been impeding her learning recently, though. Okay, and how's that? Well, she is pretending to be a cat in here, and not just like at a recess or at centers for like the whole day. I'm having trouble communicating with her and getting her to follow simple directions because she's busy, well, being a cat. I see. We will handle this at home. Let's go.